Hello, guys. You can confirm if we are live or not. You can give me thumbs up or plus one in the chats. Everyone who is seeing. Hello, hello, Revati. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. I can see people responding. Yes, we are live. Great. So, all right. Just give me a second. Show people you guys are here. Great to have you here. So, people, let me introduce myself. I'm Devashish. I'm a mentor here at DSA. And about this session, I know you guys have already read the heading of this session and you know why you are here. But let me sum it up for you guys. Today, we'll be launching one of the most awaited and demanded courses from you guys only. And you, as a student, may form groups and get bifurcated into DSA versus development. But deep down, everybody realizes that how important both these things are in the industry, right? So this session is going to be about unlocking your coding potential whilst giving you a path to join the DSA to development journey. And for that, we have our Sandeep sir, founder and CEO of GeeksforGeeks, and Chandan Agrawal, and he's having a family of 90K plus people on LinkedIn, and he is a SD at Microsoft. And before inviting them on the screen, let me just tell you guys that please make it an open conversation. Wherever you feel you have any query, you can put it in the chats. And we'll be taking it at the end of the session. So let me just invite and on the screen. So, sir, hello, you guys are live.
All right. Hi, everyone. Happy Saturday evening. I hope you all are enjoying your weekend. So this session, we'll be talking about DSA and development. And guys, these days, many of you are aware about the importance of DSA. I'll just tell you my story when I was doing BTech and MTech. So I did BTech from a tier 3 college, then I studied a lot of subjects there. And then I went to MTech. And there I again studied a lot of subjects. And when it came to placement, I went to my seniors who were placed and I asked them what is the subject that is required to get the jobs that you guys have got. And there was one answer by everyone that DSA is the skill, problem solving is the skill that every company asked in the interview. And this was the time of 2009. And from 2009, this was the time of 2007. I did MTech in 2007. From 2007 to 2023, I have been in this industry. I've closely observed this industry for so many years. And one thing that I've seen is that DSA thing has not changed. Whenever it comes to placement, job, company interviews, DSA or problem solving skill has become one common way for companies to hire. And why this has become a common way? Because companies have a very easy way to put up the problems as a hiring challenge, right? And these hiring challenge platforms have become really advanced. They can detect plagiarism. They can find out who has written the most efficient code. They can see who's the better coder. So that way, companies are able to quickly filter out the candidates out of a large audience, out of the large number of participants. And that's why DSA has become a super important skill. So this is one side of it, that for jobs perspective, you need to learn DSA. There are other sides of it as well. Some people just love DSA problem solving for the sake of sports of the programming. They love to reach the top of the leaderboard. They want to solve the problems as soon as possible, sooner than others who are participating in the time-bound contest. And many people just start having fun with the contests that happen. And the third thing is, third type of programmers are my type of programmers who enjoy the art of it. There are people who just love the art of DSA, writing more efficient code, reducing the number of variables, making functions, small functions, reusable functions, giving better names to the functions, making it more and more efficient by changing variables, changing expressions. So that's why DSA is used by a lot variety of the people, for people who enjoy the sport of programming, for people who are looking for a job, and people who love the art side of it. So from 2007 to 2023, that's how it has been, and I don't think it's going to change in the near future because this has become quite a standard for tech hiring. Few things which have changed over the time, and I would like to take opinion of Chandan also once I finish the thing changed. Few things that have changed over the time, especially in the last 6 months when companies like Amazon, Facebook, Google, they started actually laying off people. So what was happening earlier, companies were hiring purely on DSA basis. If you look at the interview experiences of these companies that are available on GeeksforGeeks and many other companies, they were this first round online hiring challenge where they were giving coding questions, which was online, and they were online coding, online interviews or face-to-face interviews, right? Which were again based on DSA. They were asking DSA again. Now the things which have changed over the time that these companies are not hiring that much. The other companies which are hiring or the hiring which are happening in general, they need your DSA skills because hiring challenge has become kind of standard to select the people from the first round. Apart from these things, these companies have started asking development skills as well. Like any particular development skill, you must learn apart from DSA. So DSA has kind of become a fundamental requirement, and then you need to have a skill as well. So that's the change I have seen in the recent years. Last thing that I would like to highlight that this is the June time, which is the most important time for the third year, final year students, because just after this time, in most of the campuses, companies are going to visit the campuses, and the kind of hard work that you put in now in this June time. And we also at Practice Geeks for Geeks, we see the maximum traffic coming in June because a lot of people practice in their vacation. So because they know that interviews, internship interviews, full-time interviews are going to happen just after the vacation. So this is the best time for you guys to put in the effort so that you get the best results once your vacations are over. So I'm handing it over to you, Chandan, to add to what I just mentioned about DSA and development.
Yeah. So thank you so much, sir, for just inviting me on your YouTube channel. I'm really happy. And from the last few years, I really want to meet you, although in person, but yeah, as of now, just virtual. So as you said, like DSA is the most important thing. I also agree, as you said, from the last 13, 14, 15 years, you are in this industry and you closely observe that DSA is the core part of our engineering guys. And I also believe this too, because not only DSA is important, just not only how speed, like in what time we will solve the question, but everything is important. While working in MS, like I'm a software developer engineer in Microsoft, so I joined a year back, and in a year I thought just not only just doing the code is enough. You have to write some efficient code, minimizing the variables, reusability, readability, everything is important. Even what I observe is, let me tell you with a very good example. In my first PR in Microsoft, just as we did like for loop, we did for int space I equal to 0 colon I less than an I plus plus. So I did the same thing. When my PR got reviewed, so they said write some in a proper way. I thought, what proper way? Like, this is the proper way, right? They are saying no. When I saw code, actually they look similar to the GFG, which is for int space I space equal to colon space I space less than space n. Everything is important. So I thought, oh, not only the how to write efficient code, everything is important in this domain. And DSA is again, as you said, like some people said, okay, why we need to learn dynamic programming? Is dynamic programming is used in companies? Is trees using in companies? First thing, you also studied benzene or chemistry. You are not using, but that does not mean they will not be, like we will not study. Everything has their own meaning. You are not using tree, that does not mean nobody is using tree, right? You are not using dqs, qs. I am using priority queue, I am using dqs in my code, but that does not mean that, okay, why I need to learn. So DSA is the core, and it will never gonna change, never gonna change. What I think is, if somebody know DSA, at least DSA, he will survive. Definitely there are some other things as well, because time to time things changes. We need to bit more smarter, as now chat GPT is also there. So what I believe, I read somewhere, AI will not replace you, the people who use AI will. So just use chat GPT in your own way. Like, just suppose you are not understanding some code, even from GFG, just input it, okay, what this line does, it will explain. So DSA is again core thing which everybody wants to learn, like everybody should learn, even from the first year. From my college days, like I did my engineering from the again tier 3 tier 4 college from the Punima College of Engineering, Jaipur. So in first year we are just like some Bollywood type of there. Okay, now I am in college. Do not worry about studies and all. And then I get to know, oh my god, no, we have to study. And if I get to like in the big companies, big MNCs, then I have to code. Simple. So from the second year, I started with C language. Every time, whenever I stuck, let me tell you again my story, Sandeep sir. Suppose if I want to say how to reverse a number, the first basic program is how to reverse a number. Simple. So I just write how to reverse a number in C++, GFG. सो GFG इज द मेन थिंग ओके लाइक जो भी वो GFG पे शायद सब कुछ मिल जाएगा एवरीथिंग इज देयर ऑन GFG रिगार्डिंग कोडिंग कंप्यूटर नेटवर्क्स और सम नोट्स ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम सो मैंने वहां से लाइक आई लर्न फ्रॉम द सेकंड ईयर फ्रॉम थर्ड ईयर although in my time there are no so much resources so much courses nowadays there are many courses on GFG itself and there are many other places also and thousands and 10,000s of questions proper practice type of UI is there. You can practice on topic to topic, category wise. But at that time, this was not there. And from the last 3 years, I graduated in 2020. Now it is 2023. Things are changed so fast. Not only DSA is required, as you said, with DSA, the project development projects are also required. I agree. Like the biggest mistake of mine is in my college days, I never did projects because I thought bit late. Okay, DSA is important, and I'm doing just DSA CP. I'm a hardcore CP fan. Just as you said, DSA problem solver lover. Okay, I have to solve. I did almost on every platform. I have ID. I gave contests, so many contests, but I never did projects. And that is why while switching my company, I'm very grateful that I am in Microsoft from Infosys. Earlier I was in Infosys, but from Infosys to Microsoft, I got so much of difficulty because of project only. The single thing, every time interviewer says, okay, Chandan, you are very good at DSA, but what about else? Like, what about projects? No, I don't have any projects because I don't get any time or itni shayad us time pe दिमाग नहीं आया कि projects are also important. But nowadays we are seeing that lots of layoffs are there. You have to be smarter. Not only DSA, because DSA is the core, but apart from DSA, you have to do something else as well. So
right, Chandan. Right, Chandan. So here I would like to add one thing. Apart from DSA, as you mentioned, particularly I believe full stack development, Java backend development, and Django development. These fields are actually particularly anything around backend development, which is related to full stack, has grown. The number of jobs in this area have grown really a lot in the recent times. That's what I have observed in the recent times. Earlier they were pure DSA. Now they ask full stack development related questions, Java backend development related, and Django related. There are more jobs in these areas these days compared to any other domain.
Yeah, like and what I think, sir, like you can add your points as well again. But what I think the most important piece of DSA is in backend only. The logics are superb. Like in backend, you have to optimize as much as you can. I'm not sure like what people think, but as far as I know, I saw they are using some type of some type of complex algorithm which needs to just seeing okay what they are doing. I'm working in MS and some senior engineers which are working in the last 30 years. They are writing so good code. I'm like wow, like just wow. I'm just 3 years of experience. They have 30 years of experience, and they are writing code at that level, which are using some type of very brilliant. Like I'm not able to express what kind of code they are just writing. Not brilliant, Shandar. So yeah, that's why DS is important again, because one thing is we can learn technology in few months, but as like in the brand new course which I saw as well, first thing is DSA again, because कोई भी आपको टेक्नोलॉजी तो सिखा सकता है, but the problem solving skills you have to learn by yourself, and it will come by practicing so much of hours with proper guidance. So yeah.
And Chandan, your journey has been really amazing. I was going through your LinkedIn profile, the kind of college you started with, and then you went to Infosys. And I can tell you, like, being from a college in Mathura, Infosys is also a dream company. There were many people who were just
Exactly.
preparing for Infosys. They just
Exactly,
wanted to
yeah.
get in somehow.
Exactly, sir. Like in even in my college, they are saying, "Ah, ठीक है, like Infosys लग जाए तो ये बहुत अच्छी बात है." And even like the problem of our India is, you know, the mentality. अगर आप टायर 3, टायर 4, टायर 5 कॉलेज से हैं, आपने कहा यार मुझे गूगल जाना है, अबे यार गूगल जाएगा क्या? क्या भाई? ठीक है भाई, हाँ ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है। इस तरीके, यू नो, एक थॉट होता है कि गूगल माइक्रोसॉफ्ट के अंदर तो सिर्फ और सिर्फ वही लोग जाते हैं जो लोग अच्छे कॉलेज से, डेफिनेटली लाइक उनके लिए बहुत रेस्पेक्ट है, आई रियली रिस्पेक्ट आईआईटीएंस एनआईटीएंस एंड, बट ऐसा नहीं कि सिर्फ वही लोग जाते हैं। अगर आप पढ़ेंगे, इफ यू रियली डू वेल, डू कोडिंग, डू डेवलपमेंट or other skills which are required to crack an interview or to get a job, a good job, then you will also be in, you know, big MNCs as well. So yeah.
Yeah, and then from Infosys, you switched to Microsoft, which was again a big jump because there are a lot of people in these companies, service-based companies, who want to switch, right? And they all try very, very hard. So that was again a very good PC, very good profile to see, and people to follow, like what you did and
Yeah,
what
sir.
actually.
Like even after cracking, like, you know, when I cracked Microsoft, when I joined Infosys, thousands of, like, almost in my batch, almost 250 approximates were there, people were there. And you know, when I say, okay, like one day I will be in MS, or you know, I will be in big company, not in MS only, but in big company, they were like, अरे यार, you know, यार Infosys, मतलब ठीक है, Infosys वाले को क्यों ही कोई इतना, मतलब you know, एक टैबू है शायद कहीं ना कहीं माइंड में, नहीं क्रैक कर पाएंगे या इस तरीके से। देन आफ्टर, यू नो, जब मैंने क्रैक किया तो कहीं ना कहीं वो लगता है लोगों को कि वाओ, लाइक जब शायद ये कर सकता है तो वी कैन ऑल्सो। एंड आफ्टर मी देयर आर मेनी अदर पीपल्स जो लोग अमेजोन में चले गए या एनी अदर बिग कंपनीज में मूव कर गए। And they are even, like, even one of my colleague said कि Chandan, because of you only I switched, otherwise I was in Infosys for the last 4 years. I'm not saying Infosys is not a good company, but again I really respect Infosys as well because must, like, जो उन्होंने मुझे first my bread butter वही थी। but हाँ, definitely पैसा is important, value is important, calm is important, so you know, like people are moving in some big tech as well.
Right, and one more thing that you mentioned, you know, कि बड़े कंपनीज में अच्छे कॉलेज के लोग ही जाते हैं. So this is one shift that I've seen over the time. When I did BTech, after that I was applying to every software company. Even I sent my resume to a lot of relatives who were working in these service-based companies. I didn't even get an interview call. Nobody even called me for an interview. But this scenario has changed over the time. Now,
Yep.
if you're a good problem solver, there are a lot of online hiring challenges that are happening, and if you can crack them, right, you can crack any company interview. So this is a very, very positive change. The game is fair now. It's not just if you haven't cracked IIT, you are not going to get in there. Things are really improving, and they're further improving. I see the way tech is going to work. It's going to improve only with time.
Exactly. Oh, like they will also, I think they will also, you know, now they 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 thought in that way, okay, not only IITians have knowledge, people are coming from tier 3 college or some other colleges which because of some reasons they are not able to crack IIT, but they are also good at problem solving skills as well. And definitely, like if you are able to crack that interview, that whole process, as Google, you know, 7 rounds of interview are there. And you know, sir, मैं आपको बताऊं, when I like मेरी जैसे से बात हुई, they have almost 12 years of experience and they still says, Chandan, Google wants 2 rounds of DSA. I'm like, what? 2 rounds of DSA? Why? Like you have a very good knowledge. No, they want it's just a curriculum they want. We do not need any type of discussion. They want like DSA कितना अच्छा आता है. So I'm like, okay, that means DSA is important. आप क्योंकि क्या होता है सर, यू नो, ऑन ऑनलाइन लोग कुछ भी कह देते हैं कि अरे DSA क्यों पूछना है, क्या करेंगे DSA का करके, क्यों है, why. देन आई रिप्लाइड, कंपनीज बेवकूफ तो नहीं है ना, लाइक इवन लाइक गूगल की जो हायरिंग प्रोसेस है, अगर वो 7 राउंड्स ऑफ इंटरव्यू के अंदर 2 राउंड, 1 राउंड भी अगर DSA का ले रही है, इफ दे आर टेकिंग 1 राउंड ऑफ DSA एटलीस्ट, देन देयर इज समथिंग इन DSA. Even if you have 20 years of experience and they are taking 1 round of DSA, then DSA is important. So you know, just DSA questions a day keeps interview fear away.
चंदन, DSA में कुछ पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक्स हैं जो आपको लगता है, या फिर अगर मैं एक क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहूँ कि कुछ लोगों को लगता है कि इस जो स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं कि यार DSA बस जॉब के लिए पढ़ना है, कुछ लोग एक्चुअली जो कॉम्पिटिटिव प्रोग्रामिंग साइड ऑफ होती है वो उसको ज़्यादा एंजॉय करते हैं. So what do you say about it? Like, what is the right thing to do, or should one should follow just for the interview preparation and then?
No, not for only interview preparation. See, interview का ऐसा है सर, like for all of you, interview का ऐसा है कि ठीक है, interview crack करना हो जाएगा, like interview crack हो भी जाएगा. But if you are not enjoying that process, right, तो ultimately आपको जो कंपनी के अंदर भी काम तो वही करना, लॉजिक्स आपको कोई भी नहीं सिखाना आएगा. हो सकता है सर, मैंने कई सारे ऐसे लोग देखे जिन्होंने वन मंथ की प्रिपरेशन करी, दे रीड सम क्वेश्चंस, 7500 क्वेश्चंस किए एंड दे क्रैक द इंटरव्यू. सिंपल, बिकॉज इंटरव्यू क्रैक करना ठीक है, एक अलग मैटर. बट नाउ दे आर इन कंपनी एंड दे आर डूइंग कोड. अब कोड करने जब बैठे, बिकॉज 10,000 20,000 50,000 लाइन्स ऑफ कोड, मल्टीपल फाइल्स वर देयर. You have to check whether what is the flow, where my code is like कहाँ से कहाँ मेरा flow जा रहा है, मुझे कहाँ changes करने, where I need to check whether it contains some data or not. I have to find the unique elements or addition something. You will not do. अगर आपने just मेहनत नहीं करी इतनी अच्छी तरीके से, आप उसको just एक अंदर से फील आना चाहिए कि या मैंने प्रिपेयर किया. Not only DSA क्रैक, इंटरव्यू क्रैक करना इज इम्पोर्टेंट, बट उस जर्नी को एंजॉय करना भी उतना ही इम्पोर्टेंट है. सिंपल. और जो सीपी वाले हैं उनके लिए सिर्फ सिंपल सा ऐसा है कि लाइक आई ऑल्सो लव सीपी टू मच. सो अगर आपको बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, यू कैन डू, बट सिंपली हमको जॉब भी देखनी है कि ऐसा ना हो कि हम सिर्फ सीपी करते रह जाए, बिकॉज ट्रेंड इज चेंजिंग एज यू सेड. इन टिल 2020 जिसकी सीपी बहुत अच्छी है, जिसकी डीएसए बहुत अच्छी है, शायद उसको जॉब मिल जाएगी. पर नाउअडेज विद सीपी एंड डीएसए यू हैव टू डू प्रोजेक्ट्स एज वेल. सिंपल.
एंड चंदन, आपका इस पे क्या व्यू है? लोगों को चैट जीपीटी की वजह से काफी फियर है. मतलब काफी लोग आपसे पहले ही पूछ चुके होंगे क्वेश्चन कि डेवलपमेंट वाले जॉब चले जाएंगे.
बिल्कुल.
आपका क्या व्यू है इसको लेके?
इसके ऊपर व्यू मेरा बिल्कुल सर सिंपल सा है. मतलब मैंने पहले ही बोला कि एआई आपको रिप्लेस नहीं कर सकता. जो लोग एआई को यूज करते हैं वो आपको रिप्लेस कर देंगे. सिंपल, बहुत सिंपल लाइन है. एआई विल नॉट रिप्लेस यू और मी. द पीपल हु यूज एआई विल रिप्लेस अस. जस्ट एन एग्जाम्पल, सपोज आपको कोई काम दिया है, आपको नहीं पता है, मतलब बिल्कुल नहीं पता है क्या है क्या नहीं है. कोई बंदा है उसको 5 दिन ले रहा है, कोई बंदा चैट जीपीटी की हेल्प से उसको 2 घंटे में करके देती है. कंपनीज उस बंदे को रखेगी जिसने 2 घंटे में काम करके दिया. आपको यूज करना आना चाहिए चैट जीपीटी. सिंपल. मानता हूँ कि फियर है, डेफिनेटली होगा, कुछ चीजें वो बहुत ज्यादा एडवांस है, और उसको आप अपने तरीके से यूज करें. आप उसको नहीं रोक सकते. वी विल नॉट आप उसको नहीं रोक सकते कि चैट जीपीटी आए ही ना. वो कैसे पॉसिबल है? लाइक वो अपने हाथ में ही नहीं. आप जो कर सकते हैं अपन, वो ये है कि उसका अपन अपने फायदे के लिए यूज करें, ताकि हमको कोई वो ना हो कि हाँ, जैसे मैं आपको बताऊं सर, चैट जीपीटी के पहले आपने शायद एक रेज्यूमे सुना होगा कि गूगलिंग एक स्किल है. मुझे गूगल करना बड़ा अच्छा आता है. मुझे पता है कि ये चीज कहाँ मिल सकती है. मुझे पता है यार ये वाला आर्टिकल शायद जीएफजी पे मिलेगा. ये सी ऑफ अटकिन, सी ऑफ इराथोथनेस बेबीलोनियंस मेथड, मुझे पता है, मैंने कहीं ना कहीं उस पर पढ़ा था, तो मैं जस्ट डालूंगा कि हाँ जीएफजी पे मुझे मिला था, तो मुझे पता है. तो वही चीज आपको पता होनी चाहिए. आपको पूछना क्या है चैट जीपीटी से, करवाना क्या है, उसको क्या बोलना है आपको, ताकि वो आपके फायदे की चीज दे. इवन आई एम यूजिंग चैट जीपीटी हाईली. मैं उससे पूछता हूँ लाइक व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन C++14, C++17, व्हाई वी आर नॉट यूजिंग दैट थिंग इन दैट वे, हाउ दिस थिंग वर्क्स, सब कुछ आंसर देता है. जस्ट ट्राई इट. सिंपल. सो डू नॉट फियर अबाउट दैट. बस यूज करो उसको अपने वे.
राइट चंदन, एक्चुअली अगर मैं अपनी कंपनी के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बताऊं चैट जीपीटी को, तो कंपनी उसे कैसे देख रहे हैं कि पहले हम लोग एक क्लाउड की सर्विसेज यूज करते थे, जिसमें हमारा पहले आईटी का काफी सारा वर्क सिंपल हो गया. सेम वे एवरी कंपनी इज गोइंग टू यूज दीज एपीआईज टू सिंप्लीफाई अ लॉट ऑफ वर्क. इट्स नॉट गोइंग, एंड still people are going to do the backend development that they were doing the way it will improve the productivity of the people, and companies will also use it to improve their products and all, right? So that's how we are also going to use it, and every other company is going to use ChatGPT, right? It's not going to happen this way that suddenly the requirement of developers will go away, and so it's just another thing, right, which will again improve productivity of individuals and productivity of the companies.
Exactly. Like engineers should be more smart. Simple.
All right, Chandan. So here I would like to stop here and would like to make an announcement for the audience. So to bridge all the gap between DSA development and looking at the current scenario, if you look at GeeksforGeeks and the courses that we were doing earlier, we were focusing a lot more on DSA, right? And that was the thing which was required mostly to people get placed. But as I said in the beginning, things have changed, and now with DSA you need to have development skill also, right? It's not going to be pure DSA the way these companies which were hiring purely, they have reduced the number of hiring. There are more startups hiring which look specific technology people. So we have also changed our courses, and we have also come up with something really, really interesting where we try to cover everything. So we are planning to launch a new course, and that's this podcast is mainly about that. So the course is going to be with DSA with development, and we are going to call it a DSA to development course. This course is going to have programming language first, then DSA, and then you pick a development and out of full stack, Django, and Java backend development. I think Chandan, you can maybe go through the course and program and highlight the points mentioned in the course.
Yeah, sure, sir. Let me present. Let me know if I'm able to, like, if you are able to see my screen. My screen is visible, sir?
Yeah, it's
Yeah. So this is the brand new course by GFG, which is DSA to Development, a complete guide. So this course, as sir says, from DSA to development to projects to guidance to one-on-one mock interviews, everything is there in in this course. So just start with this course is so the phase one will be the application process and onboarding. So you have to submit your application, the form. They will select, like, enrollment will be there. Your details will be there. Now after the whole selection process, the phase two will be the we are starting with the learning journey. So first we need to choose a programming language. Like, you need to choose a programming language for the DSA. So three programming languages generally everyone is will prefer. One is C++, second is Java, third is Python. So whichever language you prefer, you can. I prefer C++, but suppose if anybody wants to, just go in the Java backend, they can use Java. If anyone using, like, let's say Python Django in their project side, then they can use Python as well. So in all three languages, GFG will provide DSA from basic to advanced to every concepts. Like, either it will be two pointer, it will be disjoint set unions, it will be graphs, it will be tries, it will be dynamic programming to searching, sorting, everything from beginning to advanced. Everything is there in the all three languages. So after that, mock test also will there. Now after the whole completion of DSA, again, not only DSA, not only projects, some soft skills are also required, because how you present, how you say, this is also most important thing. Because suppose you know DSA, you know everything, but you are not able to present in a proper way, then there is no meaning. So soft skills are also important as much as, like, these things are important. So soft skill sessions will also be there. Some of the master classes by the industry expert from the different companies, experts will be there to give you, some insights and some guidance based, like what is the latest trends today era. So they will also guide you in this phase as well. After this, now we have to choose what is the technology you want to choose. Either the three options will be there. First thing is MER, which is full stack web development course. Second thing is Java backend, Java Spring Boot backend, and third is Python Django. So whichever project domain you will choose, you will just learn that whole domain with development, with training, with some live project building as well. So you can present their live projects in your resume. And the most important, that the most important, the most favorable thing for the live project is, if the interviewer click the link and they can see the actual live thing, they will be much more happy. They can ask some questions. I saw some of the resume, what they are doing, just adding the GitHub link, Git repo. So there is no meaning. Like, why will I see just code? How I will make sure that this is your code? Maybe you will clone somewhere and just put it in your repo. So if it is live, then they can ask some questions. You can answer as well. Like, okay, this is why I will do this. Why I'm using this database. Why not this? Why I'm using NoSQL. Why not SQL? How this some API token is there. How this request is transferring from this to way, right? How when I click apply now button, what will happen? So that kind of thing you can say in resume, sorry, in interview. And after that, they will also assist you with your resume, with mock interviews and placement assistance as well. As on GFG there are many coding competitions will be there, in which many of the companies are hiring. So you can participate in that as well after this whole course, and they will assist you with all of this. So this is a very good course, as you can learn about it more by just clicking on the link. I can share as well, or I think it is already shared in the chat. So just go through it, and I hope you will definitely like it. So yeah, over to you, sir.
All right, thank you, Chandan. So, adding to what Chandan has mentioned, we have built this course out of all our experiences, and we have understood this industry really well. And what time changes, the things that I've seen with the change that I've seen with the time is with DSA, you need a development skill as well. So, we have added this language, then DSA, and then you can pick one of these three development areas. One is full stack development, one is Java backend, and one is Django. And in this course, we have some interesting benefits and features for you. One is doubt support. You get 24 by 7 doubt support. Placement assistance team. We have a team which helps people in assisting placement, aligning their interviews and helping them in their resume. Resume building also is part of this course. And then there are mock interviews. In the mock interviews and the mock tests, what we do is we try to cover the questions which are asked in the top tier companies already. We try to cover those questions so that you get habitual of solving these questions. And the most important thing is there are going to be weekly sessions by the domain experts. So what I believe the future of tech hiring is going to be, you need to decide upon industry as well in the future, whether you want to go to a tech or you want to go to an e-commerce company or an advertisement tech company or a fintech company, right? So we are going to have these domain specific sessions as well in this course time to time. So these are the features of this course. And I think I'm handing it over to host now. I think host can take it up from here.
Sure, sir. Well, as we promised to the audience that we'll be taking their questions, I'll be picking some of the questions from the chats. Okay, so one person is asking about that how much time is this course going to take to get completed?
See, the first part of this course is self-based, so you can take your time, and that's how I believe the learning should be. You can take your time to learn the language first, and then DSA. And once you have solved these, then you can, as per your convenience, you can pick one of these three fields, the development of the development fields. And these development fields, once you pick, then there are going to be scheduled live classes.
So the most popular question they are asking about how this is going to cost to them.
See, the price is not unveiled. We'll be disclosing the price after application screening. Once this application, we'll be going through the applications and we'll be sharing the price only to the selected candidates.
Sir, people have also asked about how they are going to apply for this. And I think VP, you can also tell them about the application process.
So in the course link, you can find the apply now button, and those who apply, we'll be screening people out of the applications that we receive, and then we're selecting the people based on their applications, based on their profiles. I think that answers the question.
Yeah, so you mentioned about the mock interviews. So that was also asked, like, what sort of mock interviews are they going to give?
See, in the mock interviews, as I mentioned, we'll be asking the questions which have been asked already in the interview experiences of the companies. We'll try to cover the same questions so that you get used to of that environment and those set of questions.
So I think so those were most of the repeated questions, but still, if you guys want to ask anything, sir is here to answer it all. You can mark your questions there in the chats. Sir, Adish is asking that how much time will they require to complete the backend part of the course?
See, once you finish language and DSA, then there are certain fixed number of classes. We'll be sharing that information very soon, but I don't remember the exact number of classes, but there will be weekend classes for the backend side of it, and I think they typically take 2 months to finish.
So one more is there. So
please don't quote me on that. It might take 1 or 2 weeks here or there.
Sir, Rahul is asking for like he has already learned DSA, but now he only needs the development part. So is this course is going to be helpful to him?
In that case, you can pick one of the live courses available on GeeksforGeeks. So if you already know DSA really well, and if you already done DSA self-paced course, which is available on GeeksforGeeks, or the complete interview preparation course, then you will probably go for one of the live courses which are there available.
I hope that answered your question, Rahul. And I believe those were the most repeated questions. And okay, let me take one more. Tara Prasad is asking one question that can he choose JavaScript for DSA?
Yeah, JavaScript can definitely be chosen as DSA. For a long last few months, I mean, for a long time, I've been working myself on DSA using JavaScript course, and we've recently launched it. In the past 5-6 months, I was recording videos of this course only. So you can use JavaScript. Actually, I recently recorded myself about JavaScript DSA.
So some of the questions are coming about the criteria, which are already being answered. I'll repeat that afterwards. I think we can say bye to the audience. Most of the questions are covered, and I hope if they need any sort of explanation, I'll give it. Okay. So, audience, we'll be Chandan and Sandeep sir will be taking leave, and I'll be staying with a few minutes more. So, thank you for this session. Thank you, Sandeep sir. Thank you, Chandan, for taking out time to just be here and explain everything to the audience. It was great having you here.
It's my
Thank you,
pleasure.
Devanshu. Thank you, Chandan.
Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so much,
sir,
sir.
and
Thanks
thank you
for
so
being
much, GFG, for inviting me. Yeah.
Hello, audience. So Chandan has already explained in detail very well how you are going to just apply for the course and how the process is going to be. But still, if you have any question regarding that, you can put in the chats. Will these classes be online? Yes, these are going to be online classes. Varun, you have said reply to mine. You just type it again. I cannot find your question there. Right. If someone is working on it. Varun, that the thing you have asked, I think Chandan already answered that. Even if you are working as a front-end developer, sometimes they have the criteria to ask for DSA. You have to prepare that. So, say, okay, these are coming very fast. Say, here you can refer to like there are many courses in plethora of learnings in Geeks for Geeks. You can go to the website, you can check our courses, and then you can start with DSA with the favorite language you have. Okay, Rudrak, what is the criteria for selection? See, the criteria is going to be nothing really specific, but we are going to be judging you on the basis of where you stand right now as a student, or you can say as a learner. What programming languages do you know? Do you have any experience in coding or not? We're going to be judging you on the basis of that. Topics for DSA in this course. The course page will soon be released, and you will be having all the answers clear. Don't worry. And actually, you can also there is one link in the description. You need to click it, and then you can see all the things that we are providing in it. The content is there. Along with it, there is a Google form. I believe there is a form. You need to go fill it up. That is the application form, and you can get some of the calls after that. All right. Okay, so audience, I think those were most of the questions, and I have answered most of them. So I'll be ending this session now, and I hope this was helpful for you, and this course that we are bringing to you is going to help you a lot. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. It was nice being here.